If you're looking for an easy to assemble beehive kit and affordable this year, ready to go, no need to paint, you're going to want to watch today's video because I'm going to show you exactly how to put MayBee's One Deep, One Honey Super kit. I don't know if they have a fancy name for it, but we're going to put it together, show you all the parts that come with it, and it's going to be fun, or else. Stick around. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Hive Doctor. So we're going to go through and put this MayBee 8-frame beehive kit together, one simple step at a time. Don't worry, it's not going to be painstaking for you. I'm going to show you like one action, how to do the thing, and then I'm going to cut and go do the rest of it and then bring you guys back for the next step. So you don't have to drudge your way through the boredom. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox this because unboxing is kind of boring, and I'll bring you back in just a second. Okay, so to begin with, let's just cover briefly what this comes with. First of all of the woodenware except for the frames is wax coated. That means it's ready to go, no need for painting. So starting from the bottom up, everything's 8-frame material here. We've got a double-sided bottom board. One side is deeper for those summer months, more air. One side is more shallow for the colder months, less air. Then we've got the 4 box parts for the one deep hive body. The frames are on the hood of the Beak Jeep. It comes with plastic inserts to put in each of those frames, and they're wax coated, I believe. Let's smell them. I think so. Yeah, I can see it. It's light, but it's there. Then we've got one medium honey super to go on top. Also the frames on the Beak Jeep hood there and the inserts to go in those frames. Plus we've got an 8-frame plastic queen excluder. And then to top it off, we've got our inner cover and our telescoping cover right here. It also comes with MayBee's instructions telling you what's in the box, what should be in the box, how to put it together, and a list of their other products. Comes with a bag of screws to put the boxes together with, a bag of nails to put the frames together with, and I've done that plenty. I've put probably thousands of frames together with nails like this, but we're going to be using some 1.5" narrow crown staples so those frames don't come apart anytime soon. And then it's got a 2-sided entrance reducer, one for the larger entrance, warmer months, smaller entrance, colder months. All right, let's start putting this together in fast forward mode. I recommend when you put any boxes together that you always use wood glue, but I don't have any, so I'm not using it. These are dovetail cuts. They're not going to slide out from one another, and they come in with screws, so these things are not going to come apart anytime soon. This only looks a little awkward because it is. So I'm just going to finish up putting the screws in this deep hive body. I'm going to put the medium honey super together exactly the same way, and then we'll get to the frames. All right, got our boxes done. I like them because they were really quick and easy to put together. All right, so I'm set up to start building frames. Let me show you my setup. I'm here at my bee shed, and I don't have electric out to this shed, so something you can do. I've got my little generator running my air compressor there, and I've set everything up over here on the side of the Beak Jeep. I've got a couple sawhorses, and I don't have a frame jig anymore. I sold it a long time ago, but you know what? I put hundreds and hundreds of frames together by hand, and you'd be surprised when you get a good setup how fast you can get at this. And plus it's It can be a lot of fun, you know, passing the time, listening to music, whatever you like to do while you put frames together. And so on my sawhorses, I got a piece of lumber here. I've got my inserts here, top bars, bottom bars. There's my end bars for the deep frames because I'm going to start with those first. The other end bars are on the Beak Jeep hood. So I'm going to start snapping these together. I'm using 1.5 inch narrow crown staples, as I mentioned before. Now here's one thing you want to keep in mind when you're putting frames together. If you're the kind of person that when a frame breaks, and they eventually will, they're under a lot of pressure and prying, and you just throw them away and replace them, then glue them. If you're the type, however, that prefers to fix your frames, like if an end bar goes out and you're going to tear that old end bar off and then put a new one on, do not glue your frames because it makes that kind of repair 10 times more difficult. So take what you will. I don't care which way you go with it. It's totally up to you. I do not glue my frames because I'm the kind that will fix a piece instead of replace the whole thing. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. I always start with the top bar first. I work the end bar up in there, and sometimes having a small tap hammer helps because sometimes these fit pretty tightly. I'm going to have this stay there. Then I put this down, work my bottom bar in, and then the way I put these together, they're never coming apart. I put 1, 2, swing it around, 3, 4, flip it over, 5, 6, flip it around, 7, 8. Then I get my insert. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind is when you don't get off-brand inserts like this, the corner tabs are perforated and they're meant to go back and forth and break off, and that's the bottom of your insert. And that's simply to create a passage for your bees. These don't have them, that's okay. So the way I like to do this is put it in the top bar first, put it against my body, snap this in the bottom groove, and then have my box nearby and just set this down in, and then I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and finish these deep frames, then the medium honey super frames, and then I'll bring you back so that you're not bored out of your gourd. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to sneak in me doing one of these medium honey super frames just so you can get an idea. It's the same as the deep, except the end bars are shorter. All right, so here we have it. I'm gonna let you know what I like about it and what I don't like about it. First off, what I do like is that all the woodenware, minus the frames, come wax coated like I mentioned. It's easy to put this together and I don't have to paint it. And because these are dovetail joints, it means they're not gonna pull apart easily, especially because we put it together with screws that they included in the package. This could be something that, actually, let me grab the entrance reducer real quick. This could be something easily put together like the day before your bees come in the mail, or you go to pick them up and the bees would be ready to go ahead and install right away. So all in all, it's a nice complete kit with 1 deep, 1 super. A great way to start your new bees off the first year. Of course, the second year, they're likely gonna need a few more honey supers, or another deep if you like to run double deeps. Now here's what I didn't like about it. The box, the way it came, they only taped the top seam where the flaps come down and the bottom. And so the corners of the box were not taped. And as a result, one of them got busted. And I found afterwards that 3 of the screws had been lost through that part of the box. And the last 2 end bars I needed to complete the 8th and final frame for the medium honey super. So at the moment, I've got to hopefully find 2 of my own to replace this with in order to complete this. So I'm actually going to be communicating with MayBee and letting them know Hey guys, I like what you have. It's a great value. I think this is like just barely over 200 bucks, but that they could package things a little bit better to make sure that their customers get all the pieces that they're supposed to. Thanks for joining me in the video today. I love putting hive equipment together. It's one of my favorite things to do, especially on cooler fall days, you know what I'm saying? So I'll see you in the next video. Hive Doctor out.